Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, or if this is your first time watching, then welcome. Today I'm going to be showing you how to do this simple halo eye look using the Jeffree Star Cremated palette. This is only my second time using the palette and I am very happy with it already. The colours blend seamlessly, the colours all match each other really well too, so that really helps when you're blending it out to have shades that look the same but are slightly darker and slightly lighter. So I know that there has been a lot of, I guess you could say, controversy or a bit of backlash around the palette because people are saying like the shades, they look exactly the same, they're all dupes of themselves. But I actually really like that, and I think it's really helpful, especially when using a shade such as, you know, like grey and black, because it can be hard to blend out. So having those shades that are slightly darker or slightly lighter can really assist in that, because you can just use those colours to blend it out instead of having to just blend out the one shade, and I know that can be hard at times. So I really appreciate that about this palette, and I think it's part of the reason why it's so great. So everyone has their own opinions, that's just my opinion, and yeah, obviously you can do some really gorgeous looks using this. If you guys would like to see how I created this nice halo eye look, then keep on watching. Okay, so eyebrows, white eyeshadow base, and before we get into the video I just want to point out my nails. So I broke two of them. So if you watched my last video with the Cremated palette, you would have seen me being really excited about how my nails looked, and then I'm pretty sure it was that night I ended up breaking one of my nails, and then the next day I broke another one. So yeah, that's very disappointing, but I did do them myself, so I am still kind of like in the learning process. So I'm going to have to tweak something about my nail application in the future. So yeah, that's fine. I just haven't had time to fix it yet, so I'm just going to film with broken nails. Now the first thing that I'm going to do for the look is I am going to take this small pencil brush and I'm going to go in with this shade here called Last Respects, and I'm applying this in the inner and the outer corners of the eye. So I'm going to pack this on by using little circular motions and applying this in a sort of triangle shape in the outer corner and a triangle on the inner corner, and we're leaving quite a bit of space in the center of the eye. We just kind of want to bring this as far up as the crease, because when we blend it out in the next steps it's going to bring it up further and out further, so we don't need to worry about bringing it up too far at this point. Okay, so the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going in with another crease brush, but this one is a bit larger and, you know, a bit more flexible, so we're going to get a bit of a lighter application, and we're going to go in with this shade here called Obituary, and we're using this to blend out the edges of what we've just applied. So we're applying this half on the Last Respects shade and half on the skin surrounding that, and we're applying this in little circular motions because that's really going to get the colors blended together nicely. So we're going to do this all around the outside edges of that darkest shade, but also on the inside edges, so in the center of the eye. But we don't want to add too much color there, so we really want to keep this quite close to the darker shade to make sure that we have enough room to put a highlight shade in the center of the eye. After we do this, we're also going to blend out using another color, so we don't need to worry too much about the blend at the moment. Okay, so those colors are blending together really nicely, so I'm very happy about that. But we are going to, as I was saying before, blend that out with one last color. So I'm taking a fluffy blending brush and I'm going to go in with this shade here called Casket Ready, and I'm applying that in pretty much the same way that I applied the last shade. So I'm using that to blend out the edges of everything that we've got on the eye, so around the outer portion of the blend and also in the center of the eye, and applying that in little circular motions because that's going to help us get the best blend possible. And you'll notice that while doing this we've removed some of the pigment and it's not so dark, so we will go in with those same brushes that we were using before and those same shades, and we're just going to cycle our way through those and, you know, apply and blend until we're happy with the blend that we've got on the eye, and making sure that it has enough pigment as well. Okay, so I think that blend's looking pretty good. It can be hard to tell at this stage when the look's incomplete, so we can always go in and blend out some more once we've done the next step. And the next step is to take a small all over shader brush. I'm going to go in with this shade here called Diamond Ashes, and I'm going to be stamping this on into the center of the eye where we've left the gap, and just trying to get that really packed on so that shimmer just really shines basically. And we're also going to blend this out into the outer and the inner corners of the eyes, just so that we can get a nice blend. Also, what I'm going to do once I've done that is I'm just going to wet the brush and reapply that just to the center of the eye, because that's going to give us more of a shine, and we just really want it to be as shiny as possible. Okay, so that is the top of the eye complete. Now we're going to move to the under eye. So I'm taking a concealer brush and I'm applying some of my eyeshadow base. In this case, that is the P.Louise base in the shade Rumor 0, and just applying this to the under eye. Then I'm going to mirror what I've done on the top of the eye on the bottom of the eye. So I'm applying Last Respects, the darkest brown shade, to the under eye, but only in the inner and outer corners, and blending that out using Obituary, the medium shade, and Casket Ready, the lightest shade, just in the outer and the inner portion. And then what I'm going to do is I'm taking that same all over shader brush and I'm applying Diamond Ashes in the center of the under eye. So it should look like the look has continued down to the under eye area. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to go do my face makeup, and then I'll be back to finish off the rest of the look. Okay, now I'm going to add in some highlight to my face and around the eye area. So I'm taking my Lime Crime Mermaids highlight, and I'm going in with the center shade called Pearl. This used to be my favorite highlighter, and I've kind of just like reignited my love for it, so I've been using it a lot lately. I'm going to use these two brushes to apply it, so the large fluffy one for my face and then the small pencil brush for around my eyes. So I'm applying this to my tear duct area and my brow bone using that pencil brush, and then I'm going to apply this in circular motions onto my cheekbones, the tip of my nose, and my Cupid's bow. Next I'm going to add in some eyeliner to my waterline. So I'm taking my NYX Crayon eyeliner in the shade White, pure white actually to be exact, and obviously, as I said before, I'm just applying this into my waterline. Because the look is quite like muted, it's not too over the top, it's not too dark or colourful, I'm going to apply a nice bright lipstick. So the lipstick I'm going to be using is my MAC Retro Matte Lipwear in the shade Feels So Grand. Okay, I have this big fat pimple on the edge of my lip, so I did kind of struggle to get the lipstick to look even, so it's kind of messing with my perfectionist kind of tendencies, so I just had to point that out. Oh, it's frustrating me, but you can't really tell when I'm talking, so I'm just going to have to move on. And the next step is mascara and lashes, so that's the final step. So I'm using my XO Beauty Faux Mink lashes. These are in the style Cupid. I'm going to pop these on off camera and then I'll be back to show you guys the completed look. Okay, so here we have the completed look with lashes. I'm really happy with the way this look turned out. I love the shimmery shade on the center of the eyelid, Diamond Ashes. I think that actually might be my favourite shade from the whole palette. And I love the way this look is pretty simple and like an everyday look, so you can pair it with a nice bold lip, which I hardly ever do because I mainly just focus on like my eyes, and then my lips kind of I will always do nude. So it is nice to be able to wear a bit of a bright red lipstick. It doesn't take very long at all to do this look. I definitely could see myself doing a look like this for everyday wear once I have an excuse to wear makeup every day. I think it's really interesting as well because the shades in the pan, they look really brown, but once I've put them all together on the eye, it kind of comes off as more of like a greeny grey shade, like a khaki colour. So it's interesting, but I do really like it. I was expecting it to be more brown because obviously there are a lot of greys in the palette already, so I'm interested to see what the other kind of brownie shades come out as on the eye, if they'll be more grey or if they'll be actually brown. And I love the way a halo eye makes your eyes look. It kind of gives the effect of your eyes being more rounded, which I'm not sure why that's like a good thing, but it's just cool because when you turn your head, the shimmer kind of follows it, so it looks more, it looks like it's like a, I don't know, like you've got a sweaty eyelid or something, and it's just the light reflecting off of the eyelid when you move it. So I've always really liked that effect, and I think it looks really nice. So I hope you guys have liked it too, and if you did enjoy the video, then make sure to thumbs up and subscribe and tick that little bell button so you can get notified every time I post a new video. I hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you in the next one.